There we go. Nope, that's not it. There we go.
Are we gone?
There we go. I sounded like Peter Griffin there for a minute.
Dust
go.
off the mics here.
Here we go.
Dust off the board.
Yeah, shit. I haven't dusted down here in months. It's just been sitting here dormant, waiting for you.
What's going on, fella?
Not much.
How's the world been?
It's been awesome.
Anything new happening?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We're gonna talk about it.
Just a couple of things?
A couple things here and there.
Sure.
Welcome back to the Orange Men Podcast. Dave and Clint coming to you semi-live from the bunker in Bethlehem. Clint is back.
We're here.
Better than ever.
That's correct.
And I noticed you're getting a little gray in the beard there, buddy. What's going on?
I don't know. Guess I need a little just for men touch-up.
No.
Next time.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either.
Next time.
Gonna grow old gracefully.
Yeah.
But as they say, I'm not getting old. I'm getting better.
Like a fine wine.
That's right.
A nice barrel-aged 18-year-old whiskey.
That's how I age.
In a charred oak barrel.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Clint got me this shirt, sweatshirt.
Right?
Christmas? Or my birthday? Which one?
Birthday? Christmas Day?
Yeah. It's my birthday. Well, thank you. I wore it out today.
I know.
Got zero reaction.
You just worked for the snowplow removal place. That's all.
it. Trump's snowplow.
Snowflake removal.
The MAGA on the sleeve gives it away. But Make America great again. That's what we're here for. One person at a time. There we go. That's it. That's the intro.
That's it.
That's all we got. Mwah, 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 mwah. I did it myself. All right. We're back. Glad to be here. We've got a lot to talk about. Where do you want to start? How about the tariffs? That seems to be hot right now.
Yeah, it seems to be the hot button issue of the week.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be the hot button for a while.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a lot of misinformed people just getting their, when you ask them why.
Why what?
Well, why are you upset about the tariffs? It's just, well, it's going to go up. What's going to go up? Are you buying a new car? Are you buying it? What do you buy? What are you buying?
Well,
that's going to go up. That's going to be so much more expensive than what you're paying now. Explain.
Well, nobody cared about the last 4 years.
Right.
9% inflation.
Right.
It's transitory.
Right.
Not going to last.
Nah, and it was all smoke and mirrors. We knew that.
Yeah.
Talked about it. The CPI, Consumer Price Index, all lies.
Yeah, well, everybody's saying that, Trump never said anything about putting tariffs on other countries. He's only been talking about it for 40 years.
Right.
He never said that.
It was one of the big things he was running on, too. What do you mean? He never said it once while he was running?
Not according to the libtards.
All he said was about we need to get fair in these trade deals that we have going on in the world.
Yeah. Well, first, let's bring everybody in on the big secret that prior to the income tax from 1879 to the 1920s, I think. I don't have it in front of me, but there was no income taxes. Americans didn't pay taxes.
Right.
We were the richest country in the world during that time, and guess what we imposed on other countries? Tariffs. And that's how the world worked back then. And, Trump is only looking for fair trade or reciprocal. China charges us 25% tariff on goods they import to China from the United States, which is not much, by the way, because they don't want half our shit. Most of the countries on this planet don't want our crap.
Yeah.
Because it's crap. You look at all the food products, they're all crap.
Yeah,
they're all banned. They're banned everywhere.
Yeah, they won't even take it because all the crap we got in them.
And we charge China 3%. So, Trump's just looking for fair trade. Why are we carrying all these countries?
Well, that's what people don't understand. And I mean, obviously they understand it, but
No, they don't.
No. Like America is the biggest consumer. Without us,
Right.
a lot of these countries are just going to fall off because if Americans
Don't buy their shit.
aren't buying their crap, and a lot more stuff was made here and we bought here, it would turn into not only more jobs, but the economy here would be better.
Right.
And you would have more money because the actual things would be cheaper.
Yeah, and two things about the tariffs that I'd like to mention. One is that these are strategic tariffs. These, Trump's using these to not only make the trade fair and reciprocal, but it's a bargaining chip.
Right.
Look what Mexico and Canada did. Canada's ready to drop their tariffs. And Trump will do the same thing, and we'll do zero tariffs, free trade between the countries. That's the way it should be. I don't see
Canada
why,
has no leg to stand on because I think I heard Texas's GDP is bigger than Canada's. So
right. Right. So they have to negotiate.
You're only around because we buy what? Canadian what?
Lumber.
Yeah, but we should be doing that here. But because of restrictions and other things, we do it up there.
Yeah, and
what else? What else besides lumber?
We will get back to
Canadian whiskey?
We get some
the beer?
Electricity.
We should be doing that here.
We get oil.
We should be doing that here.
Right. Well, and it's okay to buy from other countries, but during COVID, we learned that, our supply chains suck.
Right.
We couldn't get nothing because we don't make it here. And Trump's using it not only as a strategic bargaining chip, he also, the second part of the tariffs is tax cuts, cutting regulations, and that's going to also give Americans more money. So so if you see a little increase because of tariffs, they're going to more than make up for it with tax cuts.
Yeah.
Democrats don't want to hear none of that.
It's funny when I hear like, oh, prices of new cars. Like, I'm not going, like, I go to the grocery store every week. That's where it affects me. I'm not buying a car every week. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Most people don't buy a new car every year. So if you buy a new car last year, you're not going to go, well, I'm going to get another one now. Like, chances are you're going to stick with the car you got for what, 4 or 5 years? If you can afford a new car?
Right, but a lot of the car companies right now are using it as a marketing ploy.
Right.
To scare people into buying cars now.
Yeah.
So they can get rid of their inventory of the cars that weren't selling in the fucking first place.
Right. Because nobody had money to buy new cars anyway.
Right, the past 4 years.
Exactly.
So it's, and I think, Trump's going to get companies to reinvest in this country. I mean, just look at Detroit.
Exactly.
It was a booming city with industry.
Right.
And now it's a fucking ghost town riddled with crime and poverty.
Because all the jobs that were decent paying, jobs, middle class jobs are gone.
You pay somebody $35-$40 an hour, they'll pay 7% more for a new car.
Right.
What are they making now? They're not making anything. They're fucking on welfare.
Right.
Which is just where the Democrats want them.
Which has been decades of that.
Generations.
Yeah, like so you're stuck in there because you can't leave because you have no money to leave. You can't move. You know what I mean? Like in this different. It's just you're stuck in that cycle for like you said, generations.
And nobody goes to school for anything, any trade anymore because there's no trades left.
Right.
Because everything's exported.
Or they just don't want to do the work to begin with.
Well, yeah, because they've been taught that a liberal arts degree is going to get you. I don't know where it's going to get you, but it ain't going to get you nowhere. Liberal arts. Who the fuck came up with that?
I don't know.
Come on. We're not teaching these kids anything. We're not industrialists anymore. We're eggheads being indoctrinated into this liberal catechism that creates poverty, sickness, and everything else that's not good. We got to do better, man. We're not teaching our kids how to do anything. And, I think the big problem is going to be is they're going to reopen all these factories. GM, I think, is starting to hire and, they're going to produce more stuff here. But where are you going to find the fucking labor? Where are you going to find the talent? There is nobody.
Well, people will work, but
I know they'll work, but you got to retrain all these people. You got to have got to have training courses, and you got to teach these people how to work again. I don't. Hopefully, you can get these people to do that. But the Democrats are on the stump. No, we'll pay you. We'll pay you to sit at home, and And that's what people do.
Yeah, well, with him cutting that stuff out too, like down the line, and with I just seen like a bunch of people complaining about that, but we've talked about it before. Like that stuff, it's a helping hand. You shouldn't just be living there like living off of $3,000 a month on your food stamps and government assistance paying your bills and your electric bill and your rent and stuff like that. Like there's people that are out here struggling that are working and putting in extra time, and you're flaunting it in their face that I don't have to do shit and you're paying for it.
I don't understand why these people don't want more.
Because they're lazy?
Maybe, but I don't know.
Because they're taught to just and again, those
indoctrinated.
Who are those people going to continue to vote for? The people that are willing to give you all the free stuff. So of course they're going to be angry. Like, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, but for some reason they can't see the forest through the trees. They can't see that the rich liberals are living in their gated communities while they're all in poverty.
Right.
I don't know how you don't see that. Yeah, I want to talk more about that, but we got to go.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
We're out?
We'll talk about that on the next episode.
All right. Redcon 1, 20% off.
Still?
Yeah, always.
Damn. Tariffs?
Links and code. Well, you definitely need that 20% off then. Links and the codes in the bio.
Hurry up. 5.
These fresh ass
4.
Patriot
3.
official Patriot gear in
2.
links in the bio.
1.